Welcome to our channel. This is Economica. In this channel, we will create contents for you about economic history and the history of economic thought. We hope this adventure will be good for all of us. So let's start with our first video today. We're diving into the fascinating world of ancient Rome to uncover how much Roman soldiers were paid and what those wages would be worth in today's money. Rome's economy was complex and multifaceted, involving a diverse range of activities such as agriculture, trade, and a sophisticated monetary system. Agriculture was the backbone of the Roman economy, with vast estates latifundia and small farms producing a variety of crops including wheat, barley, olives, and grapes. These agricultural products not only fed the population but also generated surplus for trade and taxation. Trade was another crucial component of the Roman economy. The empire's extensive network of roads and ports facilitated the movement of goods across vast distances. The Roman road system, renowned for its engineering, connected cities and provinces, enabling efficient transport of goods, troops, and information. Major ports like Ostia, Puteoli, and Alexandria served as bustling hubs for maritime trade, linking the Mediterranean with Africa, Asia, and Europe. Rome's trade network brought in a wealth of goods from all over the known world: spices and silks from the east, grain from Egypt, wine and olive oil from Spain and Italy, and precious metals from the mines in Dacia and Hispania flowed into the empire. This influx of goods not only enriched the Roman elite but also provided a diverse range of products for the broader population. The primary currency used by Roman soldiers was the denarius. Introduced in 211 BC, the denarius was a small silver coin that became the standard for Roman currency for centuries. One denarius was weighed about 4.5 grams of silver and originally equivalent to 10 asses or 4 sestertius. Another Roman coins, the introduction of the denarius marked a major advancement in the Roman monetary system. Prior to its introduction, Rome used a variety of bronze coins, which were cumbersome and not ideal for larger transactions. The silver denarius provided a more convenient and reliable medium of exchange, especially for paying soldiers and conducting trade over long distances. The denarius was struck from high-quality silver, and its consistent weight and purity helped establish trust in the currency both within and outside the empire. On one side of the coin, the obverse, there was typically an image of a deity or a prominent figure, such as the goddess Roma or later, the emperor's profile. The reverse often featured symbols of Roman power and military victories, reinforcing the empire's strength and stability. Over time, the denarius underwent changes, particularly in terms of its silver content. During times of economic strain, such as during the reign of Emperor Nero, the silver content was reduced as a means of stretching the empire's resources. Despite these changes, the denarius remained a central part of the Roman economy and continued to be widely used for both military and civilian purposes. Roman soldiers, who were paid in denarii, relied on these coins not only as a form of salary but also as a means to purchase goods and services. The steady flow of denarii ensured that soldiers could support their families, save for retirement, and contribute to the local economies of the regions where they were stationed. Now, let's talk about the Roman army. The Roman military was one of the most powerful and effective fighting forces in history. It was highly organized, disciplined, and well-trained. The army was divided into legions, each consisting of approximately 4,800 soldiers. These legions were further divided into cohorts, centuries, and smaller units, each with their own specific roles and responsibilities. Roman soldiers were ranked based on their roles and responsibilities, from the basic legionary to high-ranking officers like the Centurion and the Legatus. Each rank came with its own level of pay and prestige. Let's explore these ranks and their corresponding wages, both in ancient times and what they would be worth today. We will use the Geary-Khamis dollar when converting the salaries of Roman soldiers from denarius to today's value. The Geary-Khamis dollar is a unit of currency used to compare incomes from different historical periods and geographies. This currency unit is based on the amount of grain that a person could purchase to meet their basic needs. Why are we using Geary-Khamis dollars? The value of Roman currency changed over time, making it difficult to compare soldiers' pay to modern money. By using Geary-Khamis dollars, we can compare salaries from different time periods and places in a fair way. Roman soldiers were crucial to the expansion and protection of the Roman Empire, but how much did these warriors earn for their service? Let's break it down, rank by rank. Here are the salaries of Roman soldiers from Augustus to the period of Domitian. Let's delve into the role of the legionary, the backbone of the Roman army. A legionary was a professional heavy infantryman who served in the Roman legions, typically for a term of 25 years. These soldiers were the foundation of Rome's military might and played a crucial role in its conquests and defense. To become a legionary, one had to be a Roman citizen, typically aged between 17 and 46. The recruitment process was rigorous, focusing on physical fitness, discipline, and loyalty to the empire. Once enlisted, legionaries underwent intensive training that included not only combat skills but also construction, engineering, and the use of various weapons and armor. The life of a legionary was demanding. They had to be adept in multiple areas, such as building fortifications, roads, and bridges, which were essential for the movement and supply of the army. In addition to their engineering duties, legionaries were responsible for maintaining high levels of physical fitness and combat readiness through continuous drills and exercises. In terms of compensation, a legionary earned 225 denarii per year. When we convert this to today's money using the Geary-Khamis dollar, it equates to approximately $3,226 annually. While this may not seem like a substantial amount by modern standards, it was a respectable wage that provided a stable livelihood for the soldiers and their families. Specialists like the Immunis were soldiers exempt from regular duties because they had specialized skills, engineering, medical knowledge, and craftsmanship to roles like surveyors and clerks. Their specialized training made them invaluable to the legion, as they performed tasks that required a high level of expertise and precision. For example, engineer Immunes were responsible for constructing siege equipment, fortifications, and bridges, while medical Immunes provided crucial medical care to injured soldiers, significantly increasing the legion's operational efficiency and effectiveness. They also received 225 denarii annually, equivalent to $3,226. Today, their specialized roles were crucial for the efficient functioning of the legion. Specialized musician in the Roman legion, responsible for playing the cornu, a large, curved brass instrument. The cornu was used to communicate orders on the battlefield and during marches, as its loud and distinctive sound could carry over long distances and through the noise of combat. The Cornicen worked closely with the centurions and other officers, ensuring that commands were clearly conveyed to the soldiers. They played various signals to indicate different actions, such as advancing, retreating, forming ranks, or preparing for an attack. This role was vital for maintaining order and coordination within the legion. Cornicens received the same base pay as a regular legionary, which was 337.5 denarii per year. Converting this to today's money, it amounts to approximately $4,839 annually. Despite the same pay, their specialized role and close working relationship with the command structure often afforded them higher respect and a crucial role in the legion's operations. The Tesserarius was essentially the watch commander or the head of the guard shifts within the legion. Their primary responsibility was maintaining the security of the camp and ensuring that sentry duties were performed efficiently. Tesserari were responsible for distributing the tessera, a small tablet or token that contained the watchword for the day. This watchword was used to verify the identity of soldiers and ensure the security of the camp, preventing unauthorized entry and maintaining vigilance against potential threats. In terms of pay, a Tesserarius earned more than a standard legionary, receiving about 337.5 denarii per year. This would be around $4,839 in today's money. Their role was critical in maintaining the discipline and security of the legion, making them a vital part of the military hierarchy. The Beneficiarius was a soldier who served as a personal assistant or aide to senior officers. This role could involve a variety of tasks, including administrative duties, acting as messengers, or overseeing specific aspects of logistics and camp management. Beneficiarii often had more comfortable duties compared to regular soldiers, as they worked directly under the orders of high-ranking officers. This position not only provided them with a higher status but also opportunities for career advancement within the military. A beneficiary typically earned about 337.5 denarii per year, which translates to approximately $4,839 in today's value. Their proximity to power and their specialized roles made them key players in the efficient running of the legion's day-to-day operations. The Optio served as the deputy to the Centurion. The Optio's duties included maintaining discipline, training soldiers, and taking command in the Centurion's absence. The Optio was also responsible for administrative tasks, such as keeping records and ensuring orders were carried out effectively. The Optio earned 450 denarii, which is around $6,452 today. The Aquilifer was the standard bearer of the legion, carrying the aquila or eagle standard, which was a symbol of the legion's honour and pride. The role of Aquilifer was highly prestigious and came with the significant responsibility of protecting the standard in battle. Losing the aquila was considered a severe disgrace, so the Aquilifer's position was both dangerous and revered. The Aquilifer earned 450 denarii, which is around $6,452 today. The Signifer was responsible for the financial matters of the unit, including handling the soldiers' pay and savings. This role required a high degree of trustworthiness and organizational skills. The Signifer also carried the signum, a standard that helped soldiers identify their unit during the chaos of battle. The Signifer earned 450 denarii, which is around $6,452 today. Experienced soldiers, such as the Evocatus, were veterans who had re-enlisted after completing their initial term of service. These seasoned warriors had a wealth of battlefield experience and deep knowledge of military tactics, making them invaluable assets to the Roman army. The Evocati were not just any veterans. They were those who had been specifically called back to service by their commanders due to their exceptional skills and experience. Unlike regular soldiers, the Evocati had the option to choose to re-enlist, which meant they often enjoyed certain privileges and high pay. They played crucial roles in training new recruits, leading smaller units in the absence of junior officers, and providing strategic advice during campaigns. Their expertise was critical in maintaining the effectiveness and discipline of the legion. Evocati often served as a bridge between the younger soldiers and the more senior officers, helping to ensure that the experience and traditions of the Roman military were passed down through the ranks. Due to their invaluable contributions and the high demand for their skills, Evocati received a substantial increase in pay, earning 675 denarii annually. When converted to today's money, this translates to approximately $9,678. This high compensation not only recognized their service and expertise, but also acted as an incentive for experienced soldiers to return to the military, ensuring that the Roman legions remained formidable and well-led. The Legionary Knight, or Equite Legionis, was a cavalryman who supported the infantry within the Roman legions. These soldiers played a crucial role, providing reconnaissance, executing flanking maneuvers, and responding quickly to battlefield changes. Legionary Knights gathered intelligence on enemy movements, performed flanking attacks, and provided rapid support to infantry units. Their speed and mobility allowed them to exploit weaknesses in enemy lines and secure strategic positions. The Knights' ability to move swiftly across the battlefield made them invaluable for hit and run attacks, harassing enemy supply lines and maintaining battlefield flexibility, earning 262 denarii annually, which is about $3,757 today. Legionary Knights received modest compensation for their crucial role. Despite the risks, their contributions were vital to the success of the Roman military. Now, let's look at the commanding ranks. A centurion, who led a century of about 80 soldiers, was one of the most critical and respected positions within the Roman military hierarchy. These officers were responsible for maintaining discipline, training soldiers, and leading their units in battle. Centurions were experienced soldiers who had risen through the ranks due to their exemplary service and leadership abilities. They were responsible for the daily administration of their century, including ensuring that their men were well equipped, properly trained, and ready for combat. In battle, centurions were at the forefront, leading by example and making crucial tactical decisions. Their ability to inspire and command respect from their soldiers was essential for maintaining the cohesion and effectiveness of the unit. Centurions were the backbone of the Roman army, ensuring that the orders of higher commanders were executed efficiently. They served as the direct link between the senior officers and the rank and file soldiers. Their decisions on the battlefield could significantly impact the outcome of engagements, making their role indispensable. The respect and authority commanded by centurions also extended to peacetime, where they played a vital role in maintaining order and discipline within the ranks, earning 3,375 denarii annually, which is approximately $48,391 today. Centurions were well compensated for their critical role and immense responsibilities. This substantial pay reflected not only their position and the risks they faced, but also their extensive experience and tactical acumen. The compensation helped ensure that the most capable and dedicated soldiers were motivated to achieve and maintain this prestigious rank. The top centurion, known as the Centurion Primus Pilus, was the highest-ranking centurion in a Roman legion and led the first cohort. This elite unit consisted of about 800 soldiers, and the Primus Pilus played a crucial role in both battle and daily operations. The Primus Pilus commanded the first cohort, contributed to strategic planning, and led by example on the battlefield. They ensured discipline and effectiveness, advising the legion's commander and executing key tactical decisions. The Primus Pilus was the Legatus, similar to a modern-day general who commanded an entire legion. The Legatus held the highest level of authority within a legion, responsible for all aspects of its operation. This included strategic planning, directing military campaigns, and ensuring the legion's readiness and discipline. They made critical decisions in both battle and peacetime, often determining the success of entire campaigns. Legates were appointed by the emperor himself, highlighting the importance and prestige of the position. They were typically drawn from the senatorial class and often had previous military experience as tribunes or lower-ranking commanders. Beyond their military duties, legates often wielded significant political influence. Their close connection to the emperor and their role in maintaining the stability of the empire elevated their status. Within Roman society, Many legates went on to hold high political office, such as governors of provinces or even consuls, further integrating their military and political careers. The leadership of a legatus was crucial to the morale and efficiency of a legion. They were seen as both military leaders and political figures, embodying the strength and stability of Rome. The legatus's decisions could have lasting impacts on the empire's territorial expansions and its defense strategies, earning an impressive 200,000 denarii per year. This translates to a staggering $2,867,621 in today's value. Auxiliary troops, often recruited from non-citizen provinces of the Roman Empire, played essential roles in the Roman military. These troops were crucial for providing support to the legions and enhancing the overall effectiveness of the Roman army. One significant incentive for joining the auxiliaries was the promise of Roman citizenship. Upon completion of service, usually after 25 years, this reward was highly valued, providing soldiers and their families with legal and social benefits. The prospect of citizenship motivated many to serve diligently and with loyalty. An infantryman of the Cohors Peditata or foot cohort earned 75 denarii annually, which is about $1,075 today. Despite earning less than their legionary counterparts, these soldiers were vital to the Roman military machine. They often formed the backbone of the Roman auxiliary forces, engaging in frontline combat, patrolling borders, and maintaining security in occupied territories. In summary, auxiliary troops were indispensable to the Roman military, providing essential support and enhancing its operational capabilities. An infantryman of the Cohors Peditata, earning 75 denarii or about $1,075 today, played a crucial role in maintaining the strength and reach of the Roman Empire. An infantryman of the Cohors Equitata, combining both infantry and cavalry skills, their versatility made them highly valuable to the Roman military. The Cohors Equitata units were unique because they integrated both infantry and cavalry elements within the same cohort. This dual capability allowed them to perform a wide range of tasks, from engaging in direct combat to executing rapid maneuvers on the battlefield. Soldiers in the Cohors Equitata underwent specialized training to master both infantry and cavalry tactics. This dual training meant they could fight on foot with traditional Roman infantry weapons such as the gladius short sword and pilum javelin, and also mount horses to charge or scout effectively. This versatility required rigorous physical conditioning and adaptability. The strategic importance of the Cohors Equitata lay in their flexibility. They could adapt to various combat situations, making them a valuable asset during battles and campaigns, whether reinforcing infantry lines or executing flanking maneuvers on horseback. Their ability to switch roles as needed provided a tactical advantage to Roman commanders. They earned 150 denarii annually, which equals about $2,151 today. The Knight of Ala served in the cavalry. Cavalry units, such as those comprised of the Knights of Ala, were essential components of the Roman military, providing crucial support for various tactical operations. The primary role of the Knights of Ala was to serve as elite cavalrymen. They were responsible for performing reconnaissance missions, gathering intelligence on enemy positions, and assessing the terrain ahead of the main force. Their speed and mobility allowed them to scout large areas quickly and efficiently. In battle, cavalry units like the Knights of Ala were vital for executing flanking maneuvers. They would often attack the sides or rear of enemy formations, causing chaos and disruption. Their ability to move swiftly across the battlefield made them effective in exploiting weaknesses in enemy lines and providing critical support to the infantry. Knights of Ala underwent extensive training to hone their horsemanship and combat skills. They were skilled in using a variety of weapons, including spears, swords, and bows. While mounted on horseback, their training also included learning advanced tactics for both offensive and defensive maneuvers. They earned 250 denarii annually, or about $3,585 today. The Praefectus Cohortis, commanding a cohort. This role was integral to the Roman military structure, encompassing both administrative duties and battlefield leadership. As the commander of a cohort, the Praefectus Cohortis was responsible for leading a unit of approximately 480 soldiers. This role required a blend of tactical acumen and organizational skills to ensure the cohort operated efficiently both in and out of combat. The administrative responsibilities of the Praefectus Cohortis were extensive. They managed the cohort's logistics, ensuring that supplies supplies, equipment, and provisions were adequately distributed. This included overseeing the maintenance of weapons and armor, as well as managing the payroll and records of the soldiers under their command. On the battlefield, the Praefectus Cohortis played a crucial role in directing the movements and strategies of their cohort. They were responsible for executing orders from higher command, maintaining discipline among the troops, and making real-time tactical decisions. Their leadership was vital in coordinating attacks, defenses, and maneuvers during engagements. They earned 3,375 denarii annually, which is equivalent to about $48,391 today. Praefectus Alae, commanding a cavalry wing. This position was crucial within the Roman military, overseeing the training and operations of the cavalry units. As the commander of a cavalry wing, the Praefectus Alae was responsible for leading a unit of approximately 500 to 1,000 cavalrymen. This role required exceptional leadership skills and a deep understanding of cavalry tactics and operations. One of the primary duties of the Praefectus Alae was to ensure that the cavalry units were well trained and disciplined. The Praefectus Alae ensured that the cavalrymen could execute complex maneuvers and formations during battle, making them an effective fighting force. The Praefectus Alae was also responsible for the overall operational readiness of the cavalry wing. This included overseeing the maintenance of horses, equipment, and weapons. They coordinated logistics to ensure that the cavalry had sufficient supplies, such as feed for the horses and rations for the soldiers. On the battlefield, the Praefectus Alae played a critical role in directing cavalry operations. They were responsible for planning and executing strategic maneuvers, such as flanking attacks, charges, and reconnaissance missions. Praefectus Alae, earning 11,250 denarii or about $161,300 for dollars today, played a vital role in the Roman military. Within Rome, special troops like the Praetorian Guard, who protected the emperor. The Praetorian Guard held a unique and influential position within the Roman military and political structure. The primary duty of the Praetorian Guard was to serve as the personal bodyguards of the Roman emperor. They were responsible for the emperor's safety, both in public and private settings. Their presence was a constant reminder of the emperor's power and authority. The Praetorian Guard was an elite unit comprised of the best soldiers in the Roman army. Selection for the Guard was highly competitive, and only the most skilled and loyal soldiers were chosen. Their elite status meant they received better pay, benefits, and living conditions compared to regular legionaries. Beyond their protective duties, the Praetorian Guard wielded significant political influence. They were often involved in palace intrigues and could be kingmakers in times of succession crises. Their endorsement was vital for any claimant to the throne, and they occasionally played a direct role in political decisions. They earned 750 denarii annually, which is about $10,750 for dollars today. The Urbanicianus, or urban cohorts, acted as the police force in Rome. They were essentially the city's police force, responsible for maintaining public order, preventing riots, and controlling crowds during public events such as games and festivals. Their duties also included patrolling the streets, enforcing laws, and protecting important buildings and officials. Urban cohorts were well-trained soldiers, often veterans of the legions, selected for their reliability. They were equipped similarly to legionaries, with armor and weapons suitable for urban combat and crowd control. Their presence in the city was a deterrent to crime and unrest, providing a sense of security for the citizens. The Urbanicianus had a wide range of responsibilities. They ensured that laws were enforced, intervened in conflicts, and maintained peace during public gatherings. They played a crucial role in managing the vast crowds that gathered for various events, preventing disorder and ensuring the safety of both citizens and officials. The Urbanicianus, earning 375 denarii annually or about $5,377 today, were key to maintaining public order and safety in ancient Rome. Their role as the city's police force ensured that laws were enforced and the city remained secure and orderly. The Vigil, who served as both firefighters and police, they played a dual role in protecting Rome from fires and maintaining public safety. Their responsibilities included fighting fires, a common hazard in the densely packed city of Rome with its wooden buildings and narrow streets. In addition to firefighting, the Vigiles patrolled the streets at night, acting as a night watch to prevent crimes and respond to emergencies. The Vigiles were trained in both firefighting techniques and basic policing duties. They used specialized equipment such as buckets, pumps, and hooks to combat fires and were also also armed for their policing duties. Their training included quick response tactics and coordination to effectively manage emergencies. This training ensured they could handle both the physical demands of firefighting and the complexities of policing. Earning 150 denarii, or about $2,151 today, the Vigil were rewarded for their essential service. Their compensation reflected the importance of their dual role in protecting the city from fires and crime, as well as the risks they faced in their daily duties. The Roman navy also played a vital role in protecting the empire's interests. The navy ensured control over the Mediterranean and safeguarded crucial supply routes, contributing significantly to Rome's military and economic strength. The primary role of the Roman navy was to secure Rome's dominance over the Mediterranean Sea, often referred to as Mare Nostrum or our sea by the Romans. This involved patrolling the waters to prevent piracy, escorting merchant ships, and engaging enemy fleets during wartime. As a Classiarius, or seamen, these individuals were the backbone of the naval fleet. Their duties included operating and maintaining the ships, handling the sails and oars, and participating in naval battles. They also played a crucial role in boarding enemy vessels, transporting troops, and conducting amphibious operations. Classiarii were trained in various maritime skills, including navigation, seamanship, and naval combat. They had to be adept at working as a team, given the complex nature of operating ancient warships, such as triremes and OIKOS. The strategic importance of the navy cannot be overstated. By maintaining control over the Mediterranean, the Roman navy ensured that vital supply routes remained open, facilitating the flow of goods, food, and resources to and from the provinces. This control was essential for supporting the vast Roman military and sustaining the empire's economy. The navy's role in protecting trade routes was crucial for the Roman economy. By keeping the Mediterranean safe from pirates and hostile forces, the navy ensured the uninterrupted flow of trade, which was vital for the prosperity of the empire. This economic stability allowed Rome to finance its extensive military and public works, earning 150 denarii annually, or about $2,151 today. As you can see, the pay varied widely depending on rank and role, but it's clear that Roman soldiers were well compensated for their service. Converting these wages to today's money gives us a fascinating glimpse into the economic value placed on military service in ancient Rome. It also highlights the importance the Romans placed on maintaining a well-paid and professional army to protect and expand their empire. If you enjoyed this deep dive into history, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more videos like this. Leave a comment below on which historical topic you want us to cover next.